Welcome to Research Technique series. Let us learn now one sample t-test. One sample t-test. I want to show you one file. Now this Likert scale file, I have asked 3 questions on a problem to the people. Question number 1, let it be, I like economics class. Question number 2, material is very good to me. Question number 3, professors are very helpful. Like this, say there are 3 questions. And people have replied strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. And I have coded when respondent number 1, he replied for the question 1. He replied for the question 1, agree. I have coded it at 1. For question number 2, he said neutral. I have coded it as 0. For question number 3, he has said strongly agree. So I have written it as 2. So like this, respondent number 2, -1, -1, 1. So I have recorded it in Excel sheet. So there are, say, 40 respondents. They are all on Likert scale. They have replied me on Likert scale. This is the file which I have created just to tell you how to analyze that. We will analyze this by one sample t-test. Let me see what is the location of my file. Location of my file, I'll go to properties, and in the properties, I will see the location of file C-users-Sachdeva-OneDrive-desktop. See this new Windows, they have created this, they are automatically creates this OneDrive folder, and so that they may copy all the files to their OneDrive on their cloud server. So this is the file I have noted down, because I can copy it, but while copying there is always some problem. So I will write it with my own handwriting in the file. So I will create one variable df. I will create in my console. I will create one variable. I'll just show you in the view. In the view, I will say panes zoom console. And I will clear it first. Why? When I want to clear it, I will say Control L. Everything is clear. Now I will create one df1 file. df1, just a name, any name for any array. So df1, I will say because my file which I have created, a Likert scale file, that is CSV file. I have saved it in as a CSV file. So I will say read.csv within brackets, inverted commas, C colon, I will use it as a backslash, not forward slash. It was users dot Sachdeva /OneDrive slash like desktop. This was the location of my file. What was the file name? Likert.csv. Now let us see whether this reads the file or not. I will enter it. It has read. This file has been read. This has been read. I have read the file. Now this file has been read. and it has been loaded in DF1. Now I will view all the pins. Now I want to view my file. I want to view. When you write down the view capital, it should be view should be capital V should be capital V, view DF1. View DF1. I want to view DF1. So let me see. Now this DF1 has been shown in the upper portion. Respondent number, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. This all file for these respondents they have come. See, it was there. It was there. So we have seen this all file. I can see the head DF1. All first head, when I say head DF1, so it means it is going to show me only 5 entries. It is going to show me the 5 entries. Okay. Now let us see. I have not installed the packages. I have not installed the packages. I want the packages should be installed. So I'll go to Tool, Install Packages, or I can write down also install packages from Crane. My demand is that Pacman should be installed. Pacman should be installed. So I'm going to install it. It is going to take some time. It will install because when we started this project, we should have installed the package, but we could not install. So I am going to install this package. Okay, man, pload, Pacman, dplyr, they are all packages. Because without these packages, we cannot work. So I have loaded all the packages. We will create another variable. I'm just going to create the variable, say, TS. I'm going to create another variable, TS. Just array. There is nothing as such. You can create anything. TS. My command is t.test, t-test, within bracket. Now I am going to test question number 1. And my hypothesized mean, yesterday I told you, hypothesized mean is, because we have coded it as +2, +1, 0, -1, -2. So total comes out to be 0. The average will be 0. So my hypothesized mean is 0. So I am going to test the question number 1. My data is DF1. My data is DF1. And I will put the $sign, and it will tell me which are the variables available. Q1, comma, Q1, comma, mu is equal to 0. So this is the command which I have written it. This is the command which I have written it. So I am just going to show you, this one. How this is the command which has been written. TS, which is my array which is the variable which I have created, t-test, within bracket df1, and dollar. When I put $sign, it will pick up any of the variable. My variable is Q1, and which I am going to test it against M0. I have just entered it. Now it has calculated. It has gone in TS. I will write it, put the PS, and calculations have been done for me. So this is one sample t-test for DF1 $Q1. It has calculated T as 10.591. TS, how this TL has been calculated? X minus mu divided by standard error. So number of observations are now 40, but one we have lost because we calculate mean first, we lose 1 degree of freedom. So now the observations left, degree of freedom are 39, and then p-value has been calculated. Students should note what is the meaning of this 4.903 e minus 13. It means after decimal 12 zeros should be there, and then should be 4. So it will be p-value is equal to 0.00000004. I have put 12 zeros and then 4. That is the meaning of e raised to power minus 30. That is the meaning of this. So it means p-value is less than 0.05. Less than 0.05. It says my alternate hypothesis is equal to true mean is not equal to 0. That is my alternate hypothesis. And I will accept the alternate hypothesis if my p-value is less than 0.05. If my p-value is less than 0.05. My p-value is less than 0.05. So I have accepted alternate hypothesis, which means that my Q1 is not equal to 0, but it is greater than. Why it is greater than 0? Because t value is plus. T value is plus. It is 10.591. It is plus. It means people are accepting my statement positively. People are accepting my statement positively. See, calculations we have done. Now you have to interpret it. That is the meaning of this. If you don't interpret it, so then you will not be keep the examiner or your reader happy. Now let us test my question number 2. So I will again put it as TS1 arrow T dot test DF1 dollar question number 2, comma mu is equal to 0. Now suppose you have taken a scale 1 to 5. You have not taken the scales -2 to plus 2. You have taken the scale 1 to 5. Then your mean will be, hypothesized mean will be 3. How it will be 3? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. It comes out to be 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So mu is equal to 3. It should be mu is equal to 3. So this one is mu is equal to 0. We have tested it. Now what is TS1 now? TS1 is, T is negative, huh? T is negative, minus 6.6822. And P value is again 0.0000. How many zeros? 7 zeros and then 5. 0.000005. It is less than 0.05. So it means I will have to accept the alternate hypothesis. Mean is not equal to 0, but it is less than 0 because T value is negative. So it means people do not accept the statement positively, but they accept the statement negatively. Say, I have asked them, I like my professor. So people have given it negatively. People's in journal, the statement will be, people do not like their professor. Like this. So this is, if my question was, I like my subject, economic subject, So it means people do not like. So I, when you have asked 100 students, 40 students, now they become general people. So that is why there will be a question of saying negative. Now let us see the question number 3. Question number 3. I am just going to create any array. There is no need to create so many arrays. You can use the same TS also. There is no problem. So it will be T dot test. What was my variable? df1. That was my database. That was my database which I have temporarily created. So df. Now I am going to use the question number 3. But against the hypothesis mu is equal to 0. And I have said yes. So what is now TS3? The results are there. T is equal to 1.8829. P value is 0.6718. It means it is more than 0.05. When it is more than 0.05, we cannot reject null hypothesis. It means it is null. It is neutral. So people are neutral. Say my question was, I like economic subject. The question was, I like question. Now people are neutral. So it means all the 40 people, those who have answered, so their common result is people are neutral towards the subject economics. Now to do the one-tail test, you must install ggpubr. If it is not there, it is always there that you install it. Now here, we will do the same for Q1 and Q2. Our database is same. So we are going to use this now. Let us say now TS is what? T dot test. T-test. DF, which one was? DF1 $, Q1, DF1 $Q1, comma, mu is equal to 0, comma, alternative is equal to within bracket less. ये अपना one tail test के लिए within bracket less, यानी whether this is less than 0. What is the meaning of this? That this is less than 0. So you will get this. Your command is t.test df1 $Q1, यानी database one which we have created, Q1, and mu is equal to 0, and alternative is it is less than 0. Alternative is equal to less. Now let us see what does it say. TS is equal to this one sample T test. So T is coming same 10.591. Now P value is showing 1. Alternative hypothesis true mean is less than 0. So it means this is perfectly greater than 0. This is very high. Let us see now. P value never comes 1. 1 means 100%. That is the meaning of 1. That is wrong actually. This should be wrong. There is something wrong. Let us do this now. Second one we will calculate it. We can do it as also greater. Now let us see now whether this one is done greater and TS. So this one is yes, this is coming as, because this is not, that was not actually why it was 1 was coming, because it is coming on the positive side. So that is why when we do this greater than, it says yes, because the P value is 0.0000012 0 plus 2. So it is coming as this. And confident interval say Confident interval is going up to infinity. Let us do the second one. T-test df Q2, mu is greater, alternative is less. Let us see now this one. Let us see now TS. Yes, it is coming as minus 6.6822 df is equal to 39. P minus P value is this 0.000. It means negative. It is coming as negative. Now let us see now question number 3. Question number 3. Mu is 0. Alternative is less. And you can do this question number 3, whether it is less. Find out what is T. TS is, it is coming as 0.9664. So it means this is much more than 0.05. So it is reject H0, reject H1, accept H0, accept H0. Let us see on the greater side. Greater. So this is one tail on one side only. So this is again coming as, now it is actually P value is coming as 0.05, it is coming 0.03, it is coming less than 0.05. Actually it says that we should accept this less than is greater than 0, because it is, yes, it is little bit greater than 0. It says little bit greater than 0. So we should analyze it one tail test, two tail test. But in Likert scale, don't do this less than and greater than. You do only simple mu is equal to 0. In Likert scale questions, we should not do. But there are some other questions where you'll have to find out some larger issues where you can see whether it is greater than or less than. There you can use the one tail test. Okay. You may submit your research work at Journal of Global Economy, rcssindia.org. Your work is evaluated by peers with double-blind methodology. You will get comments for your work. Thank you.